So this exhibition explores a period of real flourishing of the arts in Brazil, running from roughly the 1910s to the 1970s. It was a period when artists, writers, thinkers were all wanting to really shape the direction of their young, ambitious country. And so in this exhibition, we've taken 10 of the artists who were part of this movement that's now known as Brazilian modernism, and we've dedicated a space to each of these artists so that our visitors can come and really explore in depth each artist's individual approach towards modernism. So Brazil, at the beginning of the 20th century and still to this day, was an extremely diverse country, both in cultures, landscapes, people, and that's really strongly reflected in a lot of the art in this exhibition. Both the artists themselves are a very diverse group. We have people who, some trained in Europe, some came from Europe and emigrated to Brazil, and others, we have artists of Afro-Brazilian descent and indigenous descent. And so the artists themselves reflect the diversity of Brazil, but they also were reflecting that diversity in their art. There was, for a lot of these artists, being able to capture what made Brazil unique was a key thing that drove them. Brazilian artists were definitely taking influence from art that came both from Brazil and from around the world. And one thing that I think was really unique in that is this movement, the anthropophagic movement that developed, spearheaded by Tarsila. And the manifesto of that movement proposed that Brazilian artists and writers should cannibalize and devour influences from all around the world to create something that was uniquely Brazilian.
I think it's a bold choice to pick Brazilian art, because if you asked anyone, even the people who are quite hardcore art fans in the UK, and say name some Brazilian artists, I think they will struggle. And here we're talking about a specific time period in modernism, so from 1900 onwards, and I think a lot of these artists will be people that others haven't heard of. And it's great that the Royal Academy is bringing attention to these artists, including indigenous artists as well.